Johanna.
Hi guys, I'm back with another video. Finally, today I wanted to share with you guys my new personal journal that I have made for myself. So I have not worked in this journal yet. I've been holding off so that I could get this video filmed so you could kind of see it, what it looks like before I start working in here. As you can see, I decided to do something a little bit different from my last personal junk journal, and this time I did an altered book. So this is a little golden book, and I did a cat theme, which I've been wanting to do for a while. It's just a little bit fun, a little bit cute. So the size is smaller than what I was working in last time. However, I did make the spine a little bit thicker so that I could have more room to grow, and I put much less pages inside as well. As you can probably tell, my covers can pretty much touch each other like this, so that's going to give me plenty of room to really junk up this junk journal and put heaps of stuff inside, because in my last junk journal you guys saw it got really chunky, and so I wanted to avoid that this time and try and give myself a little bit more space. So as I said, I used a little golden book, and I chose this one with the beautiful little kitty on it, and this is the back. I just left the back original. These florals are from a napkin, and then I've put some beads and buttons on my charms. So just some little vintage buttons and some beads on there. And I have put a closure on this as well. As you can see, I put two eyelets here in the middle of the spine, and so the closure is seam binding, and that's just tucked through the eyelets and actually kind of bound into the book because they're not going to go anywhere. On the closure as well, I put a little button and a little J for Johanna. So as I said, I have not done anything in here. I've been wanting to, but I decided just to hold off and show you what it looks like blank before I start putting things in here. I'll probably put a library card pocket here, but I just put some paper. This was kind of really thin, like wrapping paper, so it started to tear there, but because it's my book, I don't really care. So I just ripped some of that up and put it around the page, and I did the same thing with some storybook pages with the cats. So you can see that in the back as well. A couple of cats and some of this paper that I just ripped. Kind of like wallpaper that's ripping off the wall, I guess, because you can see the storybook peeping through. So for this book, I included a bunch of my favorite scrapbook papers that I have in my stash, and this was when I was starting to get the hang of sewing. I was kind of experimenting on my own papers in my own journal. So you'll probably see some ideas inspired by a couple of other clever crafty people on YouTube, like the Rebookery. This is like a fabric tip-in, like what Nazi does. So I've used a lot of scrapbook paper, and I've also used some vintage papers and a little flip here with paper, a pocket here that I made with some storybook illustrations, and I just tucked this kitty card in there. This is my envelope that I haven't sealed up yet, so again, every time I do a flip through and I forgot to seal up my envelopes, I always show you guys how I stitch my envelopes into my books. So this is how I do it. I put the envelope in the middle of the signature, and I have the envelope open, and then once I've stitched it and tied my knot together, then I can take this and I can glue these sides together, leave one side open, and then I've got an envelope, and you can't see my binding. So super duper easy, but it's always a good opportunity to show you because a lot of people ask that question. So this is some illustrations, and I've just stitched, I think I stitched those two papers together. So very much inspired by the Rebookery. This is some scrapbook paper, also inspired by the Rebookery. I've just put some scraps of fabric along the edge of the page, stitched some scrap paper here to make a pocket, and just tucked an illustration in there. Another illustration here that I really liked that I just stitched along the edge of some ledger paper. I've got an envelope here with a little kitty card in there. Another little kitty card here This is one I've been hoarding for ages and ages. I got it from Feed the Birdies. You should look her up on Instagram if you don't know Trina. She does little kits of vintage ephemera. So some stitching, another cute little image of a kitty cat, more little bits of book illustration and a pocket. So lots of stitching, which was really fun because I haven't been stitching for long. This is a pocket that I'm going to either stitch or glue together, but it's just a page. I liked this side of the paper, but the inside's actually Christmas, so I'm going to just adhere this together. Scrapbook paper, I've got a fabric pocket with a little card, little vintage card tucked in there. Another image here that I liked, so stitched it along the edge of the page so I can hide journaling underneath. Scrapbook paper, pockets, cute little book illustration, another book illustration here that folds out. I love this fabric, so another little fabric flip and a shorter sheet of scrapbook paper. Very cute illustration tucked into the pocket. Little postcard, cat postcard. More kitty illustrations and fabric scraps. Again, same thing. Little stitched bits of scrap paper. Some border punching here. So this is the Martha Stewart border punch. Just some more scraps of paper that I just stitched along the edge. This is a full-sized envelope. Again, I probably haven't sealed it, so you can see there's my stitching that will go, it will be hidden inside the envelope. And I just stitched this cat illustration on the outside of the envelope. Some vintage writing paper, like children's school writing paper. Some fold outs, more book illustrations, more scrapbook paper there, another little tuck spot there with a very, very sweet little illustration, some decorative stitching, and more pockets, same type of thing. This is some beautiful embroidery that my friend Beck sent me. It was so gorgeous, I had to stitch it in as like a little fold out so I can journal underneath there. More book illustrations, just super cute. More pockets and some more border punched paper. More cute little illustrations. This pocket's just a little scrap of wallpaper. Scrapbook paper. More scrapbook paper. This is like a fold out. So super fun. And on the back side, another little fold out with an image of a cat. And then just more scrapbook paper in the back, a big sliding pocket here with an illustration. So this is like open at the bottom as well. Some ledger paper, craft paper with a little fabric pocket here. This cute little piece that my friend Susan sent me, so cute, perfect for this journal. More stitched illustrations and a little wallpaper pocket there with an illustration. Ledger paper, more wallpaper pockets, and there is the back. So as you can see, I was super careful not to put too many papers in here, even though I could have. I didn't want to go crazy because I know that I'm going to be really junking up the pages with stuff, and so it's going to get super fat in no time. But yeah, so now that I have shown you what the book looks like empty, I'm going to start using this book, and I'm also going to start hopefully doing some more junk journal with me videos if I can, because I know that a lot of you guys really enjoyed that series, so I'll just keep doing that series in this journal. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, this little flip through. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments below. I hope you're all having a great day and you're all doing really well. Bye!